So I've been in my BNI chapter for almost a year now, and recently I had like this huge mindset change when it came to how I want to participate in my BNI chapter meetings. Because essentially every time I've pitched, I thought of it almost like I'm pitching to my fellow BNI members or I'm pitching to the guests. It's almost like I'm trying to convince them to buy right there or send me a referral right there. Even when I've understood that I'm not supposed to directly pitch to my B9 members, but I make sure not to. Even when I understand that they're supposed to be like my marketing team or whatever, and like find referrals for me, I still approach it in a way that is like, from this 30 seconds, they're gonna completely understand what I do and completely be able to pitch what I do to someone else. And after a one-to-one that I had with somebody, I started to reframe my mindset so that now I'm educating them a little bit at a time. I'm sure people told that to me before and like gave me that advice, but now I understand it's like, okay, if every 30-second pitch, spending 15 seconds educating my BNI team or BNI chapter about what I do and like the benefits of what I do or whatever, so they better understand my business, like that covers that part. And then the other 15 seconds I can spend like making a very, very specific ask. For example, when someone in my chapter, Debbie, she does real estate and she always, or recently, she's always been asking for like a specific name or a specific company. And so if people know them, then like it's a lot easier to make that connection. And on the other hand, I'll spend so much time worrying about like, going from 0 to 100 in one 30-second pitch. Then the process of trying to identify a possible referral from a business while simultaneously telling my chapter about a specific product or service that I do. Like it never really works out because I'm always just kind of vague and kind of getting around the thing. So now I've kind of figured, okay, be very specific with the actual connection I'm trying to make. And then I can spend the rest of the time giving the other BNI members in my chapter a little bit more information so they better understand what I do. And I have no idea what your, specific field is, but the reason this was a problem for me was because I'm a videographer, but specifically a remote videographer, which means I never record people in person. I only do it in an online studio. And so for a long time, when I was making this my thing in my chapter, people really didn't understand what I do. I think they still really don't understand what I do because I'm not the best at explaining it clearly. And so for that reason, it almost got to a point where I wasn't really getting referrals during the after my 30-second pitches. I was getting some referrals for sure, but I would never get anything from the 30 seconds. So I just kind of started giving up on it. But more than anything, the thing that's different about this mindset that I have now is that it's a long-term approach. Like, I don't need to get referrals immediately right after that meeting or even the next couple of days. These are people that I'm going to see over and over and over and over again. So with that in mind, how can I be intentional about simplifying what I do and what I'm looking for? Because like it's just easy for them. Because my chapter had a lot of members and a lot of people asking for different things. So it's like if I can make it simple for somebody, I really should. Because otherwise, why am I expecting someone to do unnecessary work just for me? Just for little old me. But yeah, this is something I started last week. For example, as a videography company, I specifically asked for Sylvan learning centers in my area in Maryland, and they didn't get any responses because I kind of poorly prepared. But I'm going to keep on doing this method of doing a specific ask and then a little bit of education, and we'll see if that is helpful. I think it will be, but yeah, we'll see what happens. And in the meantime, if you're interested in BNI or if you'd like to visit my chapter, which is a remote chapter focused in Bethesda, Maryland, then I would love if you reached out either via the comments or via Instagram.